I want to tell you how I went from having 100 sales on Etsy to 150 plus sales in less than a week. Hi, I'm Johnny, and I'm a wood carver. I teach beginner wood carving tutorials here on YouTube, but I also sell things on Etsy. If you're selling things on Etsy, whether it's wood carvings or not, this is going to be directly applicable to you, especially if it's handmade items. So even though I'm going to be talking about wood carvings in particular, the points I make about selling things on Etsy, these are all directly applicable to anyone trying to sell, especially a handmade product. So stick around. I started my Etsy shop back in March of 2024. And at the time of this recording, that's about 8 months in. A little less than 2 weeks ago, I had just managed to break 100 sales in Etsy. And that was after a long time, months of working at it and pricing things pretty cheap to where I can manage to get a sale. And as I've done that journey, I got a lot of questions from other folks in the community. When I had 20 sales or 30 sales, 40 sales, 50 sales, I did not feel qualified to answer any of those questions, even remotely. As I got to 60, 70 sales, I thought, maybe I can start to answer questions, because there's a lot of things I've tried that didn't work, a lot of things I've tried that do work. And as I crossed 100 sales, I thought, okay, now's the time to do that, to make a video on this so I can help get people to not make the mistakes that I have made. I'm also someone that likes to seek advice. And so when I thought about making this video right at 100 sales, I thought, you know what? There are several people who carve and make handcrafted items that I really admire. Their shops have 2 times, 4 times, 8 times, and 10 plus times as many sales as my shop has. And I'm gonna seek out these folks. I'm gonna ask them for their advice and see what advice they give me. And the advice that I got back was amazing. Each one of them consistently gave me similar advice. That was just backing up all the things that I had learned as well, getting to the 100 sales. The feedback I got really allowed me to boil down what it was that I learned and compare it to what they're telling me, and it was the same thing. It solidified everything that I could see that I was doing right and the things I could see that I was doing wrong. And I'm going to share that with you now. We're going to go through the 7 things. The number 1 is be honest with yourself and price your items accordingly. If you are not that skilled, you cannot be selling something for the same price as someone else does. You've got to price it accordingly. Bring the price down to match your skill level. I can't tell you, and I'm not going to even try, if your skill isn't at the level to sell a product at the same level someone else does. You need to judge that yourself. You need to determine what that is and then price accordingly. Be harsh with yourself. And that's the best thing you can do for that. Number 2, be flexible and adjust your prices according to the sales as necessary. You need to get sales under your belt. It's hard for folks to trust a shop that's only got 5 sales or 10 sales. If you've got a fantastic item, they may fly off the shelf. If you've already got an established background of people that know you and want your stuff, if you come in and you're Alex Joyner, let's say, who's got 1,400 sales, and he just started Etsy today, but he's already got this community of people following him, right? He would be making sales relatively quickly because he already has an established audience of people who like his carvings, want his carvings, not just on Etsy, but in other places, because Etsy is only one of the places that he sells his items at, right? But I'm not Joyner. I don't have that following. I'm trying to build something that I can use to sell, right? Number 3, don't just copy what other people are selling. Do something original or uniquely you, and that's where you're going to see the most success. When it comes to wood carving specifically, right? Everyone's going to carve a Santa. Well, do a carving for Santa that's uniquely you. In regards to me, right, I'm a pipe smoker and I smoke cigars. I make these little Santas that smoke pipes and cigars. If I do a Grinch, I'm going to put a cigar in his mouth. Those little things there make it uniquely me, and then I'm marketing this to a slightly different audience than someone else selling a Santa carving. When Block and Knife, right, Cody Bonham, when he starts doing these Santas, he is adding these little twirls that make these Santas uniquely his own. The curls in the beard, they are not the kind of Santas that Alex Joyner's doing. They're a different product. They're the same thing, the same genre, but my Santa, Cody's Santa, Jonathan Creason's Santa, or Alex Joyner's Santa, these are not the same Santas, and different people would be interested in each one individually. Number 4 is respect your customers. You do this through fair pricing, excellent customer service, and remembering that they're people too. People that buy handmade items are a special breed. People that buy handmade art, they are unique and wonderful treasures. You need to treat them as such. Folks that are willing to shell out their hard-earned money for a handcrafted piece of your art, they are special. Be quick to respond to messages. Not everyone out there is willing to look to shop small and taking care of these customers, giving them a handwritten note when you ship a package, shipping fast, responding quickly, and going the extra mile to show your appreciation, that will absolutely pay dividends for you and your shop. Number 5, take great photos. If you do not invest in what you're showing to people on Etsy and how you're showing it, your products are never going to sell. My sales really took off when I took the time to really get quality photos. And Cody mentioned this when he gave me his advice too for Block and Knife. He said when he got a ring light and started really getting involved in how he was doing his photos, he really saw his sales take off. So don't concentrate on the background. The background needs to be something that's not too intricate, needs to not draw the eye. The product needs to draw the eye. And then don't just put one picture up. Fill up as many pictures as you can from every possible angle that you can. Answer all the questions that a customer is going to have about your product with the pictures you take. Show the bottom, show the back, show the top. Do a little video around the outside edge of it if you need to, but take great pictures. Etsy is driven by an algorithm, and that means that how people find your shop and find your listing is driven by many factors, and those tags, how they search for your items, that is going to be how they find your items, right? And it's called SEO, or search engine optimization. Now, briefly, what search engine optimization means is making your listings easily searchable on Etsy. So for me, if I search hand-carved Santa on Etsy, I'm going to pop up all of the items that have hand-carved Santa listed in the tags and in the title. Making very good use of your tags and your title to combine as many different search terms as you possibly can is key. If someone's searching for a red hat Santa, you need to have the words red, the words hat, and the word Santa in your item, not description, the title and the tags. That's why you'll see titles that are somewhat simple, right? You'll see carved red Santa. That's it. That is not enough. If that's only going to be found if someone's searching for carved Santa. What if they're searching for hand carved Saint Nick and you don't have the word carved in there and you don't have Saint Nick in there? Then they're not going to find it. So I'm going to put in my title hand carved Santa, Saint Nicholas, red hat, white trim, gold trim, or whatever. I'm going to put as many descriptive words in that title as I possibly can to describe this item. And then in the tag, I'm going to put, again, as many different tags as I possibly can that can be combined to provide any kind of search result to bring up my listing when people search for listings. Number 7, don't pay for advertising. The advertising on Etsy is not your friend. It is not going to get you the views that you need. Etsy is not going to sell your items. It is a place that will hold your items while you sell your items. So you list them there and then they will be forgotten about. You're going to get some sales through search, but probably not many. And for my case, I got nearly nothing from search engine results. Out of 100 sales that I did, probably 6 or 7 of them were from Etsy search engine results. 6 or 7 out of 100 sales. And you can see that stuff in the stats. Where I got sales from was from advertising myself. I tried Facebook advertising, and with Facebook advertising, I could pay $20 and I could get 100 people to go to my shop. That doesn't guarantee they're going to make a sale, but I got 100 people to go to my shop for $20. I tried Instagram advertising, TikTok. I tried advertising all over the place, paying a little bit of money here and paying a little bit of money there, and that just doesn't work. When you make one good post and post it in several different places on social media, I could get 1,000 people into my shop by doing that versus paying $20 to Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Don't pay for advertising with Etsy. Don't pay for advertising with anyone else. Advertise yourself on social media. Now, with all of that said, right, I made a promise where I said I went from 100 sales to 150 sales. And I told you I was going to tell you how I did it. And here's what happened, right? I took all of this advice that I got, great advice, and I really fine-tuned what it was I did. This was before Thanksgiving, and I knew Black Friday was coming up, and we were going to have Small Business Saturday. And I thought, okay, I'm going to take Small Business Saturday. I'm going to prepare some ornaments. I'm going to get some things listed up in my shop, and then I'm going to put all of these things to the test all in one day. And I'm going to push, and I'm going to see what I can do. And I'm going to advertise myself. I'm not going to pay for advertising. I'm going to post to Facebook groups. I'm going to post to subreddits. 5 or 6 different subreddits over on Reddit. I'm going to post to TikTok. I'm going to post to Threads, and I'm going to post to Twitter. I'm going to post to Instagram, and I'm going to post to Blue Sky. I'm going to post to every social media platform I can find. When I went to Facebook, I didn't just go to one Facebook group. I went to a Facebook group for crafting, a Facebook group for ornaments, a Facebook group for Santas, a Facebook group for anything I could possibly find to showcase one or two of the carvings I did. And I said, hey, look at this neat carving. Isn't this awesome? Here's the thing about advertising on social media that I want to make sure I interject real fast. You cannot do promotions in many of these places you go to. If you go to a subreddit that's got 1 million folks in it, right? That's a great place to post something in craft subreddit or in how I made something subreddit, right? You can't promote your own stuff. You can post something and say, hey, look at this neat thing I made. Inevitably, someone will want to buy it. The key there is you're like a salesman at a party. You're going to the party, you're having a good time. People talk about what they do at a party, and you can say, hey, yeah, I'm a salesman. People go, oh, what do you sell? Well, I sell insurance. As you're talking, someone might say, well, I kind of need an insurance policy. What do you have to offer? Then you can make a sale. You can't just try to go selling things at the party. People are going to run away from you, right? In a normal day-to-day situation, I'm at home. If a salesman comes down the street, I'm locking the door and turning off the lights. I don't want nothing to do with that. When it comes to selling things on social media, it's the same thing. You can't try to sell things and be pushy with it. You have to just show your neat things to as many people as you can and say, look at this awesome thing I made. If they want it, they'll buy it. And to do that, you got to make it easy. In your Facebook profile, in your Twitter bio, in your Threads bio, in your Instagram profile, make sure you put links that are easily findable to your stuff. A link tree or a link to your Etsy or wherever you're trying to sell it. Make sure those are prominently available. Maybe not in the post because not every subreddit or every Facebook group will allow you to. Include it in the ones you can, but don't in the ones that don't allow it. If someone says, hey, I don't know how to find this, where do I get this? Send them a message on Facebook and just type in the comment, I sent you a message, check your messages, or check my profile for links and get it out that way and then move on. If you get it to enough people and in front of enough people, let's say I post to a Facebook group for what's going on in Southeast Missouri, what's going on in this city, what's going on in that city, and I post 8, 9, 10 different Facebook groups. I get this in front of 1,000 people, but 100 of them are interested and 100 of them ask questions. And out of that 100, 10 of them go to the site and then one of them makes a sale. If you get it in front of enough people, that ratio starts to really tick up. When you're making social media posts too, to get engagement up, to get more people to see the post, you've got to get engagement where people are commenting and interacting. So ask a question. Hey, I made these 4 Santas. Which one do you like better? I like the gold trim, but I'm not sure if that's going to work. And people will respond. When they do comment, every comment brings up engagement and every comment is going to push that post to more people. You need to comment too. Don't just walk away. These are your people. These are the people who are excited about your carvings, who are excited about your things. Don't stop. Say thank you so much. I really appreciate the fact that you love that. What did you like most about it? Bring engagement up further. If every comment on that post that you made is another opportunity for you to interact and bring that engagement up further. If you don't interact with every single comment on that, you are failing yourself and you are leaving engagement on the table that you can bring that post up further to reach more people so that more people can see it because you want to share your work. If you're an artist and you're making things by hand, why do you not want people to see it? This is the fun part. When you get to show it off, say, look at this thing I made, okay? So comment on everything, every single thing. There's got to be something that you can say to it. Think about it for a moment and do that. So it's Saturday morning. It's Small Business Saturday, and I start posting. I list all my items up in the Etsy shop, and I've got about 45 items total. I post everywhere I can, and I spend the next few hours interacting with everyone that comments. They say, hey, that's a fantastic piece. And I say, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That makes me feel good. They say, hey, where can I find that? And I say, hey, the links are on my profile. Well, where can I buy this or that thing at? And I say, I sent you a message. And they say, hey, this is great. I get so many, this is great, and this is wonderful, and I really love this. And every one of those I comment on, and that brings it up. In one group, I got 1,800 interactions, likes and hearts and favorites. That is amazing. In another group, I got 500 on Threads. I got 600 on Blue Sky. I got another 500. Each one of those combined to sending people to my shops. The numbers were amazing. I sold nearly everything in my shop in one day. People kept coming and kept buying, and then they said, how do I get this ornament? How do I get this Santa Claus? How do I get this snowman that you made? I want these things. And I had to make custom order listings and put them up, and people were buying those immediately. I've got my work lined out for me for the next 2 weeks. I can't even begin to comprehend how many sales I made putting all of these things into practice. Now, I understand this, right? We're getting close to Christmas. People are looking to shop handmade. I took advantage of a special day. Small Business Saturday is a special day. But the keys that I went over in this video, these are still immediately applicable. I just took advantage of them on the right day, at the right time, and in the right way. And you can do the same. So to get all of this, what did I do? I made sure that my product was unique to me, was uniquely me. I made sure that my pictures of my product were the best that I possibly could. I had a history of respecting my customers with good reviews. And if you don't have that already, people can see that in the way that you interact with them on these social media posts that you're advertising, right? If you're friendly, if you're enthusiastic, and if you're earnest, people sense that about you. It is difficult to fake sincerity. People see it in your face, right? I can be a great actor, but I'm not Brad Pitt. Okay, when you see me here, you can see the smile on my face that I can barely hide sometimes because I'm excited about the subject matter. I'm excited about what I'm talking to you about, and it's fun for me. And that comes across when you're typing out things on a comment. That comes across when you're mentioning something about the product that you're trying to sell someone, or about how awesome it is. That all comes out, and people like that. They like the interaction with an artist, and if they get that, they're more likely to buy from it. That's why at first you sell a lot of your products to family and friends, because they're like, I know this artist, I can have that on my shelf, and they enjoy that. People want that from the artist they're buying from, and when you provide that to them beforehand, that just helps make the sale. And that's really all I've got for you. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. If you liked what you saw, if I helped you out in any way, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then watch one of the other videos that are popping up the screen. I really appreciate your time. You guys have a great weekend. So long.